One of the shorter sides will be 5 feet shorter than the other one to leave room for a gate. How much fencing will go along each of the 3 sides of the court? Lots of good information in this problem. Let's start making my picture. I want to take that first step really to heart, and I want us to draw my picture out. And yes, the other word is describe, but I really feel like drawing right now could be the best step for us because this is a tricky thing to visualize in our heads. So we know from reading the problem that I only need a fence on 3 sides. And it talks about the wall of the gym forming a side of my court. So let's draw that first. Let's draw one nice line. And we're going to label that nice line the gym wall. So I know that it's out of our way. I don't have to worry about it coming up in the future. It's written, and we got it. Gym. Cool. But what do we have around that gym? Well, I've got my basketball court outside of it. And there's a fence, but only on 3 sides of my court. So we're going to have a basketball court where a long side goes along the gym. But for the rest of it, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now they gave us more information though that changes this picture up a little bit. They told us that one of my short sides is 5 feet shorter than the other one for a gate. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, let's put my gate right here. And since I'm going to put my gate right there, I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to label that. There's my gate. So my gate's out of the way. It's been labeled. We know that it can't be fenced in. Otherwise, how would people get in and out of the game? So right about now is where we want to really start thinking about numbers. We want to go, okay, how do all of these sides relate to one another? And for that, I'm going to go back and look at my problem again and see where we highlighted in green the sentence, the length of the court is 32 feet more than the width. So I need to identify what my width is along my gym and what's my length. And since it says that the length is longer, I'm going to go ahead and label my long side the length. And my short side will be the width. And always, guys, if you're working and you need me to slow down a little bit, just press pause, catch up with your writing, and then you can go ahead and see where you're at. Cool. Now I need to know how these two are related to each other. I know that this length is the longer side. It's 32 feet more. So that's going to be my width plus 32. And then we need to figure out my other short side. Well, my other short side is 5 feet shorter than the other. So this right here, where I just drew my bracket, is my width. Subtract 5. And if you're asking yourself why, well, that's because if I actually looked at the entire length from my corner to the edge of the gym, that would be the same as the width on the other side. but I don't have that whole width because of that gate. So that gate is taking away 5 feet from me. So since I lost that from the gate, that's why I have width minus 5. Now the names of these sides are kind of long. Width, length, width minus 5. I want to give them nicknames or shortcuts, abbreviations. I'm going to call my width side 1. I'm going to call my length side 2. And I'm going to call my width minus 5 my side 3. And I'm going to do that so that when I make my table to define my quantities, do some math, and decide what my answer should be, whether I've guessed correctly or need to guess again, I have a little bit of an abbreviation to work with. So if you're ready, we're going to move on to my define, do, decide. If not, pause, rewind, rewatch until you have a good grasp of what we're doing. All right. As you can see, I've started my define, do, decide table, and we're ready to get moving. So first things first, I'm looking at the 3 sides that I'm dealing with, side 1, side 2, side 3. That looks like really good ideas for something that should go into that define box. And you're going to notice this table is a little different than previous. There's 3 things to define. Sometimes you're going to have 4, sometimes 2. That's okay. But I know here I've got my side 1, side 2, and side 3. And I know that I also called side 1 my width. I called side 2 my width plus 32. And I called side 3 my width. Minus 5. Everything is just coming directly from my picture that I have right now. But now I know something about those 3 sides. And that's what's going to go in my do column. So I have to go back up to my word problem and look at the part up here where it tells me that the parent club has 183 feet of fencing total. So they can't build a basketball court that requires 200 feet of fencing. They don't have that. But they do have 183. So if I took my side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, that would need to give them the total amount of fencing. So that's what I'm going to put down here in my table. I'm going to say for do side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. And if I'm correct, then side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 should equal 183 feet total. So let's make our first trial. Let's make my first guess. My first guess is going to be that my width, my side 1, is equal to 30 feet. Well, then that means my side 2 is 32 feet longer. So 30 plus 32 would be 62 feet. My side 3 is 5 feet shorter. So 30 minus 5 would give me a total of 25 feet long. But I need to see if my numbers match up. So I'm going to come over here to my do column, and I'm going to find the sum of those three sides, the total length of fencing that I would need. So I'm going to take my side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, and either some quick mental math or on a calculator if that's near me, I get 117 feet. Well, I want to use the whole 183 feet because I want as big of a basketball area as possible. So nope, my guess was too low. I guessed too small of numbers. That's fine. We're just going to go on to my next guess. And so for my next guess, I know that I need to guess something a little bit higher. And, I started with 30. Let's double it. Why not? Because, 117 was a bit away from my goal of 183. Let's guess 60 next. So if 60 is my width, then my length would have to be 60 plus 32, which is 92. And that short side with the gate would be 60 minus 5, or 55 feet. So to find the total amount of fencing used, I would add those three numbers up. 60 plus 92 plus 55 for a grand length total of 207 feet. Darn it, that's too high. I went up too far. Oh well, that just means we can make our third guess. And remember, you always want to show at least 3 guesses on these, even if you get it on the first one. So I'm going to guess, let's guess 52. Why not? Just got a good feeling about this one. Well, I'm going to try again. If my width was 52, then my length is 32 more. So 52 plus 32 equals 84. And my short side with the gate would be 5 less than the width for a total of 47 feet. And then my total amount of fencing would be the first side plus the second side plus the third side for a grand total of 183. Which, look at that. That is correct. That is exactly what I wanted. So now I've been successful. I've gotten through what I wanted to do. I have a final answer. So I want to declare my final answer. And to do so, remember, I want to use a complete sentence. So I'm going to look back at my problem where I found my 3 side lengths of 52, 84, and 47. And I'm going to write the following sentence. The lengths of fencing on the 3 sides of the court are 52 feet, 84 feet, and 47 feet. And with that, there's some practice ones for you on Google Classroom to do now. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to come back and rewatch these videos, please do. Good luck, and let me know where I can help you guys.